What's going on, guys? DK back at you in another video here for the NBA main slate here on Thursday. Usually Thursdays are a pretty small slate, but we got 6 games, so decent sized slate. Real quick though, let's look back to see what we did last night. So as you guys can see last night, a very profitable night. Even hitting the big tournament, so it was a pretty good night for me. So this is my final lineup: Kobo, Derrick Rose, Jabari Parker, Draymond Green, Ayton, Okogie, Kevin Durant, and Drew Holiday. So first, obviously, I think I got to bring up the whole Tyus Jones situation. So him getting ruled out after lock, that was pretty shitty. That screwed a lot of people. Luckily, didn't have him, so kind of got bailed out there. But one thing I do want to say is, so they announced the starting lineups way before. They announced it was going to be, Derrick Rose, Wiggins, Okogie, Taj Gibson, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, we know Tom Thibodeau runs the starters out there a bunch. So once the starters got announced, I was off Tyus Jones. I mean, if Tyus Jones got announced starting, then, of course, then I'll be on him. But he was coming off the bench. We know Thibodeau runs the starters out there 30, 35 minutes a game. So, I think Tyus, even if he played, would have only seen 15, 20 minutes. And I guess I just didn't understand why he was so chalky because he wasn't in the starting lineup. I didn't really get it. But yeah, we got bailed out there. One guy that was very, very disappointing was DeAndre Ayton. The Spurs just took it to the Suns. The Suns just looked terrible. The other centers I talked about in my video yesterday all did really well, which is really frustrating. I was all over Drummond, and I was just so concerned about him getting in foul trouble because he has been basically in every game. So I just pivoted down to Ayton because he rarely gets in foul trouble, and of course Ayton gets in foul trouble. And then I also talked about McGee, and he went off. So obviously I just picked the wrong center. But everyone else was okay. Jabari, another guy, very, very disappointing. It was just Wendell Carter Jr. and Zach LaVine. Jabari was pretty chalky, though. He's like 50% owned, so that didn't kill me. Obviously, the big play of the night, Derrick Rose scoring 50 actual points. I talked about it in my video, and yeah, I was not fading him tonight. Drew Holiday, he was pretty low owned as well. And he put up a 50 bomb. I said he was basically a lock. Once Anthony Davis got ruled in, I was just going after that game, and it did stay close. And not a lot of people had Gold Warriors or Pelicans, so I just thought that was an easy play. Once Anthony Davis got ruled in, the game was going to stay close, so rolled to Drew. Draymond had a big game. Kevin Durant was okay. But yeah, overall, it was a very good night. I do want to bring up one more thing. I did talk about DSJ and Doncic in my video yesterday. They were both very, very disappointing. I'll take the L on that. But once we got more news of these T-Wolves, I didn't think you needed either of those guys. I just thought you had to go with Timberwolves value there. But yeah, DSJ and Doncic, very, very disappointing. It was basically the backups that kept him in that game. So yeah, without further ado, though, let's look into today's slate. All right, so like I said, we got 6 games today. So again, just going to be going position by position, picking out a few players that I really like. So at the top here, Russell Westbrook, only 10-7. I said against the Clippers, I was locking and loading him, got 56. But that game did turn into a blowout. Westbrook, I think, got pulled like 3 or 4 minutes left. So he definitely could have exceeded 60 easily there. This matchup is just ideal against Kemba Walker. We know Kemba's been on fire, but he doesn't play much defense. And I really like this price tag of 10-7 here for Russell Westbrook. So I think he is firmly in play for cash and GPPs. I think I'll just bring up Kemba. A guy that's just so frustrating. I faded him, the first, 6 or 7 games of the season. Finally got on him against Miami, and he kind of put up a dud. So I can't get Kemba right. His price is a little up now. It's almost 9,000, so he's going to need about 45 to hit value. He certainly can, but I just don't think I'm going with Kemba today. Okay, so let's talk about another guy here. So a team I don't love targeting. But I mean, the minutes are starting to be consistent. It's the Sacramento Kings and Darian Fox. Says he's listed as questionable. He is probable. So he should play against the Hawks. This is an ideal matchup. Trae Young, not a good defender at all. So Fox, he only saw 31 minutes against Orlando. So game log watchers might be a little concerned. But if you look back at the play-by-play, he picked up 2 quick fouls in the first and then 1 in the second. So he actually probably would have seen closer to about 38 minutes. But again, he got in foul trouble. So I think the minutes are very, very secure here for Darian Fox. And I don't mind him at 6,700. Okay, so let's move on to shooting guard. And a guy that I'm just going to continue to roll with. For some reason, he's been low owned the last few nights. It's Drew Holiday, 7,300. It's not enough of a price bump. We know he's running mainly the point guard duties, and his usage is insane. I really like this matchup here against Portland too. McCollum and Lillard are not good defenders. So I am going right back to the well and locking in Drew Holiday today. Another guy I think I'll bring up here is Jamal Murray. I like he's shooting guard eligible. And also the thing I like is the minutes here. So yeah, that game went into overtime, so he would have only saw 39 minutes. But 34, 39, 39, that's pretty exciting stuff. 7,400, a pretty good matchup here against Cleveland. I don't mind Jamal Murray if you want to go there. Okay, so let's see here. Is there anyone else I wanted to talk about down here? Where was he? Buddy Hield. Okay. So again, the Kings, I've not been trusting them, but I think it's time to hop on board. 41, 36, 39, 39 minutes the last 4 games. Yeah, he's shooting the ball pretty well, but I mean, these minutes are just insane. I don't see why they would just cut his minutes short now. The thing with last year with the Kings was their minutes were just so fluky, and you could never trust them. But it seems like they're starting to get more consistent here, and he's seeing all the minutes he can handle. He was very chalky the other night. I didn't get on him because I still couldn't trust the Kings. But I think it's time to hop on board. Only 6,400. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. A lot of usage. He's picking up a lot of rebounds too here. Some assists too, which I like. So he's starting to fill up the stat sheet more. He's not just a scorer. So I think it's time to hop on board with Buddy Hield here at 6,400. So let's move on to small forward. So one more king I will bring up. It's a matter of how many kings you want in your lineup. I think 1 to 2 is ideal. I don't think I want to go more than that. But again, a guy that, I haven't really played all season, but it's hard to argue what he's done, 32, 36, 33, 30 minutes. And he's putting up, 43, 53, 40, 40. Like, it's hard to argue what this guy's done. Bielitsa, yeah, he's also shooting the ball very, very well. But again, the minutes are kind of secure. It's just a matter of how many kings do you want in your lineup. Like I said, I think 1 to 2 was ideal. I definitely think it's between Fox, Hield, and Bielitsa. I don't think you should play all 3. I mean, I guess you could if you want to game stack this game. But he's just been so productive, only 6,200. I think I had to talk about him. All right, so let's move on to a guy that this is just more of a salary play. 4,900, Dario Saric. He's really not been too productive here of late. But again, this is just more of a salary thing. I kind of talked about Klay Thompson a few days ago where he was just way too cheap. And I said he hasn't had a breakout game. I called that one perfectly against Chicago. So Dario Saric, he is really yet to have like a breakout game here. I really like this price tag here at 4,900. And, he's going to see 30 to 35 minutes. So I think he is firmly in play for cash games, Dario Saric. Okay, so let's move on to power forward. So at the top, you got Anthony Davis and Giannis. I I really like both for GPPs. Obviously, I mean, I guess you could fit both if you really wanted to. Um, but I mean, I think both these guys will be somewhat low owned. I don't know. Anthony Davis, he came back and played 41 minutes against Golden State. He didn't look that good. I mean, he's got that elbow injury, and we know Anthony Davis is very fragile. There was always a risk playing with him getting injured. But I think he could have a huge bounce back spot here against Portland. We saw what he did last year in the playoffs against Portland. He just went off. So I think Anthony Davis is firmly in play. I think he might be a little more popular than Giannis here. Giannis, I think people will get scared of the matchup, which, I mean, I don't like targeting guys against Boston, but Giannis has been unbelievable. He only saw 19 minutes. That was because I think he was like an injury. He's in concussion protocol, but now he's passed. We know this guy's has got all the upside in the world. Sure, the matchup's not the best, but I think he is in play too. Okay, so let's scroll down to. There's not a whole lot I really like at the forward position, but a couple guys I'll talk about here from Portland are Zach Collins and Al-Farouq Aminu. Again, this is more of just a salary play, so they're going to need both these guys out there to try and guard Anthony Davis. I don't think Nurkic will be able to stay with them. So I think Zach Collins will be off the bench. I think he'll see 25 minutes or so. He's been very, very productive here this season. So I don't mind Zach Collins. I think Amino will get the first shot at Anthony Davis here tonight, guarding him. We know, I mean, not really a guy I like playing. Again, he's more of a stand in the corner, shoot threes guy. But they're going to need him out there to try and guard Anthony Davis. So I don't mind picking one of those two, Zach Collins or Aminu. I think I would lean a little bit more towards Zach Collins because he's got more upside. But yeah, one more guy I will bring up here. Again, not the sexiest play. It's Mason Plumlee. I like that he's power forward eligible. So he's only 3,500, guys. Now, the one knock I had with Jokic was he just wasn't playing enough minutes. And that's because I think they like giving Mason Plumlee 15 to 20 minutes a game. And I think that's going to continue here. He's only 3,500. This is, again, just more of a salary thing. He can easily put up, 30 fantasy points. I think he's got a floor of about 15, which is not going to kill you for 3,500. If the game turns into a blowout, he'll probably see a little extra run, which it definitely could. I mean, the Cavs are not good at all. So I think Mason Plumlee, just for salary relief, I think he's in play here at 3,500. So let's move on to the center position. Embiid, you can't go wrong with. Same with Jokic. Again, it's just the issue with him is the minutes. He saw 33, but that was because of overtime. Again, he's just it's like 28 to 32 minutes for him, which is just not enough at 10-2. I mean, I love Jokic, but it's just the minutes, which is why I think Plumlee is in play. Let's see. Steven Adams, certainly in play here at 7,300. He's been very, very productive here, and I like that price tag. I don't think you can go wrong there. Willie Cauley-Stein, same thing here. His minutes are pretty secure against Atlanta's front court. He also could have a good game, but again, how many Kings do you want in your lineup is the question. So let's scroll down. So Alex Len, I'll talk about him too. He had that big game last game against Cleveland. It's just kind of a crapshoot between him and Dwayne Dedmon to see who's going to see the minutes. We saw Dedmon. He went off like 3 games ago in Chicago. So definitely you can't trust it in cash games, either of those guys. But if you want to take a shot, either of them in tournaments, I don't mind it at all. Montrezl Harrell, we saw he's been very, very productive, but Philly runs more big, obviously, with Embiid, and then I got Amir Johnson when Embiid's not in there. So I don't think this is a Montrezl Harrell game. He's more in play when it's against teams that play small ball. So let's scroll down to more of the cheaper guys, which I like. And 4,000 here for Cody Zeller. Again, not the sexiest play. I talked about him against Miami, how they play big with Whiteside and Bam. He saw 25 minutes. He did foul out, though, so he probably would have seen closer to 27, 28 minutes. We know Oklahoma City. They play big with Steven Adams. So, again, and they have Nerlens Noel too. So Charlotte's going to need Cody Zeller to play, 25 minutes again, and only 4,000 is this is just a salary play. I think he's too cheap for a starting center. So I talked about how Philly plays big, so they're going to need these Clipper centers to play some minutes. Gortat, he's not seen more than 20 minutes in any game yet this season. I don't mind him if you want to go there. I think he's going to see maybe a little, like 25 minutes or so. At 3,600, I don't mind it. But one guy that I'm really liking here for GPPs and maybe even for cash, it's pretty risky. I think I'm freeing Boban tonight, guys. So again, Philly plays big, and they don't want to run Gortat out there more than 20, maybe 25 minutes. And Montrezl Harrell is not going to be able to stick with Embiid. So the only other center the Clippers have is Boban. So we saw Denver, they play big. Boban saw 18 minutes. Oklahoma City, they play big with Steven Adams. He saw 16 minutes. Houston, not so much. That was more Montrezl Harrell game. The Pelicans, not so much. I mean, they have Anthony Davis, but Boban, he can't stick with Anthony Davis. Houston, again, small ball. Washington, small ball. Oklahoma City, so he did only see 10 minutes in that game. But I don't know. I have a feeling they could free Boban tonight and put him out there for 15 to 20 minutes to try and guard Embiid, and you never know, maybe Gortat gets in foul trouble. I don't know, guys. I think Boban is in play tonight. It's risky, but he's got all the upside in the world if he gets the minutes. So yeah, again, that's the last guy I wanted to talk about. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, leave a like on this video, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Twitter too. It will be in the description below. I give my thoughts as more news comes out. I tweet out stuff. I retweet stuff. So definitely give me a follow there. It's pretty important. And I will see you guys Friday for NBA's main slate. So I'll see you guys then.